Hey everybody, welcome to our day one meeting, wrapping up day one, prepping you all for day two. We are here at Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina. This is the Hobie Bass Open Series anchored by PowerPole. Thank you all for your patience as we're getting this live meeting going. First off, busy day. A lot of fish coming in, over 560 fish were submitted. Over 65 fish limits were submitted. And things are really close. Obviously, I don't have to tell you all, you're here for a two-day tournament. You know tomorrow is a new day, a new opportunity to add to what you did on day one, and to, everybody in this entire field has a chance at this thing. I want to go over a few notes before we dive into day one and get you ready for day two. Please continue to use the check-in and out feature on TourneyX. It's very helpful for us, especially on day two. It allows us to know that you guys are off the water, out of here. If you're not going to participate in day two, you can either send me a message or use that feature to check out tomorrow. We just want to make sure that everybody is accounted for. I do appreciate your all's messages when you do send me a text or Facebook message to let me know that you've gotten out of here. The event times tomorrow, they're the same as day one. You can launch your boat before blast off. Kickoff is at 5:30 a.m. First cast is at 6 a.m. Fishing until 3. Submissions will last until 4 o'clock. Always ask you all to submit early and often throughout the day. It helps us judge. It also allows us to communicate with you guys. It allows you to see our judgment on the fish as well, which is really important. If you're not looking at your fish that's been judged until 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, it makes us really difficult for us to put ourselves in a position to change things. So we always make note if we penalize your fish. There's always a note if your fish has been DQ'd. It'll show up in your email. And you can check that. But anytime you're looking at your managed catch or your total on the leaderboard, if it just doesn't add up to what you think it is, odds are we've made a judgment on your fish or a penalty of your fish that wasn't exactly what you thought it was. Often we have notes in there. You can reach out to me directly. We'll tell you what's going on, but ultimately the most important thing for you to know is that the managed catch feature allows you to delete a fish and then you can resubmit it. If you've never used that feature, you can swipe to the left, press the trash can button. That'll remove that fish, and then you can submit the better fish picture that will hopefully give you the score that you thought that fish had attained. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. But the sooner you submit fish, the easier that process is, and we can get your right fish, right score in the system. Between 3 and 4, obviously anglers have till 4 to submit their fish, but sometime around 3:30 to shortly after 4, we will have a pretty good idea of who our top 15 anglers are. We will be messaging those anglers through text, Facebook message, sometimes both. When you get that message, please let me know that you've got it. I will message you again to make sure that you've got it until you've responded. We want you to come back here. We're hoping to go live and do our awards by 5 o'clock tomorrow. So just communicate with me as you travel back to the Hilton Garden Inn, which is our headquarters. We will also be inviting the Bassin Big Bass winner and the Dakota Lithium's Power Moves winner. Now, the Power Moves winner, it is a little longer for us to calculate that. So we do try to get that done as soon as possible. But if that particular person has gone too far or out of our area, we'll reach out to you. We'll try to let you know. But we understand if you can't come back. But we have awesome Dakota Lithium's Power Box for you to come and grab and tell the story of how you were to overcome, your day one to rising to the top of day two. The current Bassin Big Bass is a 21.5-inch largemouth by Joshua Sharp. Now, there were plenty of other big fish today, but that was the largest turned in. A lot of 21 and quarters, a lot of fish in the 20s. But what we were seeing is there wasn't that many people that were able to catch more than one of them. In fact, only one angler was able to catch 2 of those big fish, and I'm sure you've seen those at the top of the Tourney X leaderboard so far. But this fish has the pedigree and has the fish to make it happen. Saw some awesome spots come in as well, some really good spots. The high-end potential of this lake definitely showed itself in some times, and it lets you know they're in there. And even if that's all you're fishing for tomorrow, going home with $400 is a great opportunity for one big fish. That person that caught both of those 20 inchers was Ewing Minor. Ewing was representing Carson Newman University, but he's from Virginia. He had 90 1/4 sitting in our top spot. Those two big fish anchored a really solid limit. Then when we work into the rest of our field, it really bunches up. In second place, Chris Grant from South Carolina has 83 1/2. His kicker's a 19 3/4. Third spot, you got Nick Cuddleston from North Carolina. He had a 21 1/4, really nice fish, and he had a lake cull that had pushed him up into 83 inches to hold down that third spot. In the fourth spot, Cody Milton from Arkansas, really strong limit with 82 3/4, and Christine Fisher from Nebraska rounds out our top 5 with 82 1/4. However, in the top 10, you've got Vinny Ferrari, Anthony Winkleman, Chris Goodwin, Adam Thomas, and Travis Dawkins, and they are all within 2 inches of all of those people we just mentioned. So it's tight at the top 10. Right now, if you look at the top 15, our paid places, 78 inches is everybody in that top 15. So, only a few inches separates 15 anglers, and that's the kind of stuff that is going to be exciting to watch on the Tourney X leaderboard all day tomorrow. Another thing that has happened to us, not so much, the one time this year with Russ at Broken Bow when he went wire to wire, but last year we had a lot of anglers that would have big leads on day one, and they, maybe didn't hit their 5 on day 2 or things like that. So in 2-day tournament, anything can happen. I know you all are looking up at that big lead from Ewing, but he's still got to put 5 good ones on the board, and anybody in this field's capable of putting up low to mid 90s as well. And we're going to be excited to see that play out. Ewing was catching fish early and often. He had a pretty solid bite early and then culled a couple times later in the day. And, when you're around fish like that, you just have to be there at the right time. So I know we'll all be watching. Now, we'll keep our Tourney X board viewable for you guys until about 2:30, and that's when we shut it off. We'll shut it off until after the awards. Hopefully 5 o'clock is when we plan to go live right here on the Hobie Bass Open Series group page. And we will crown our champion. We will qualify 3 more anglers for the Tournament of Champions on Lake Eufaula this November and pay out close to $28,000. The most important thing that you guys probably watch this entire meeting for is a code. You're going to take either your backup ID or your laminated day 2 ID. You're going to take a Sharpie. And on this area, you're going to write H is in Hobie, 92. So H92 will be written right here. You can write it sideways, crossways, whatever you do. I have to see that code written in the pictures that you submit tomorrow. We will send that out in an email. We will post it on the Facebook group page, and it'll also be put on Tourney X. So you'll be able to find it in all those areas. We will be posting a link to the Lake Hartwell page on HobieBOS.com. It's got your day 1 results. It's also got the photo gallery from yesterday's check-in and also day 1 on the water. We will have a boat out there again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to find some more anglers and showcase what you all are doing on this fishery. Once again, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate your support. We appreciate all the support from the sponsors here behind us, and we can't wait to crown another champion here on Lake Hartwell. Have fun, be safe. Please let me know when you leave, either by reaching out to me directly or by checking out on Tourney X. We can't wait to see you guys at the next event. Sam Rayburn in Texas. Go ahead and get signed up, and we'll bring you all the action here from Anderson, South Carolina tomorrow.